It's Madden NFL 23, and all eyes are on the dual threat Lamar Jackson, as he's moved past 3,000 yards passing for the year and looking for more. It's the Ravens and the Falcons, and it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 23.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Atlanta Falcons and the Baltimore Ravens. Time for another week of NFL football. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you. And it doesn't take a ton of research going into this game to see that we're going to be in for a physical battle. You've got some great rushing attacks, two incredible offensive lines. So these are two of the top 5 rushing attacks in the league, Charles. And it should be fun to watch how the ground games play out here in this one.
And this one, I think, will resemble a track meet at times because with all the running we're going to see, if these backs rip off a couple of big runs in the early going, that could really key this ball game. This is going to be exciting to watch unless you're a defender trying to put one of those guys on the ground.
Here in Week 16. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. The Baltimore's offense making its way out for the first time, and leading them, their quarterback, a guy who is just so electric under center in his 5th season now, Lamar Jackson.
And for how good he is throwing the ball, it's his running that makes him so dangerous.
And they'll begin by running the option. And right away, he lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
As you and I both know, one reason teams script plays to start a game is so they can practice them ahead of time. I will guarantee you, that fumble was not in the script.
You don't think they had fumble written next to play 1 there?
No, that was never in the script because they want to have good memories when they go into a ball game, not something that could have gone wrong.
Well, the Falcons now get to stretch their wings on offense here, and at quarterback for them is a former 2nd overall pick who spent 4 seasons as a starter in Tennessee, Marcus Mariota.
And so often when you've stolen a possession, as they just did there,
on the first play,
picking up the fumble, inclination is to attack, go after them big. Sometimes what you just want to do is put the ball in the hands of one of your best players in one of their favorite plays and establish your dominance that way.
Mariota now after the fumble recovery. Forced out to his left. That's into the hands of Edwards. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Everyone has their strengths, able to move to their right or their left, being able to throw the football. So that means you've got to work on both because you never know which way you're going to get flushed by pressure. In this situation, able to escape to his left and makes an accurate throw.
On second down, there's the option going left. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. Give him 4 yards as he does it himself, and it's a first down. The Falcons had 8-6 now on the year. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. Here's Patterson again. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Mariota to throw it. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Olamide Zaccheaus, his first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore.
The catch and the touchdown, they were the end result of a terrific route run by the receiver.
Now the try here for the point after. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either, and it's 7-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and the Falcons score to cap it off. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. First carry for the former Buckeye, J.K. Dobbins. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. Christmas Eve here in 2022. A big slate today of Saturday games. But we will have, ready for this, a triple header of action on Christmas Day tomorrow. I think it's pretty safe to say we won't have a white Christmas in any of these places, however. We start with the Packers and Dolphins in Miami at 1 Eastern. Then you got the Broncos and Rams from Los Angeles. And then finally, the Bucs and Cardinals at 8:20 Eastern in the desert. Plus one more for good measure on Monday. Once the family's all gone back home and Grandma's puttered out of the house, grab the leftovers and sit back and watch the Chargers and the Colts from Indianapolis. Meanwhile, Jackson's throw there into the hands of Ross. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 29-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. 13. And they run the option here on 1st and 10. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Throwing on 2nd down, Jackson. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down.
I don't know about you, but I wanted to reach out of the booth and snatch that pass myself. That thing floated forever up there. I think that threw off the timing of the receiver. That's why he couldn't get his feet down even though he caught the ball.
You know, Charles, I would have liked to have seen that.
Yeah, me too.
For you. I wanted to see you reach out and catch that.
Yeah, you've heard about my hands, huh? Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch loose from him. Incomplete pass.
Tucker's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And for them right now, not a done deal. They're holding down one of the final 3 wild card spots with 2 weeks to go. But you know, there are others, Charles, kind of nipping at their heels a bit.
And Brandon, it's always worth keeping in mind, and I have to keep writing it down for myself. Remember, it's 7 teams in each conference now making the playoffs. So that brings more important games to the end of the season. So in theory, more teams alive for a postseason berth later in the year.
The numbers for him from a week ago, 15 carries, 77 yards.
I can remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that. But they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 5 yards that time, taking it himself, and he has enough for the first. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. He's going to keep this again. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Big Calais Campbell fighting through to make the play in the backfield. Well, he's had success running the football on this one. Yeah, that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was onto it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
Mariota's throw into the hands of Pitts here. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Fill up in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
From the gun, Mariota. Throw out right, taken in by Patterson. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
On 4th down, Mariota is off, and on comes Atlanta's Younghoe Koo. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. Koo knocks this one through the post, and they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. That was perfect. From distance, he steps up, knocks it right down Main Street.
Yeah, Main Street's celebrating right now with him, aren't they? I love the mechanics of the whole thing. Snap, hold, everything was right on target, and the blocking was perfect, and he executed so well.
Duvernay going to sit on this in the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. They'll go option to the short side. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Excellent job on the keeper. 20 yards and a first down. Jackson going to tuck it down on the option. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Second down and 5. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in down. And that'll bring him back within 4. A good start for him in this one here in the first quarter, and he's now 2 for 2 on field goals.
And I know while the offensive coaches are telling their guys, hey, let's leave the kicker out of it unless it's an extra point, this could pay dividends if this game is tight down the stretch. His confidence is going to be sky high if they need him for a big-time kick.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get him 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it. And he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam. But notice how he keeps his head on a swivel looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
Here's the option going right. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
He'll decide to keep this once more. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. He's able to call his own number for 8 that time, but it leaves him with a third down. Well, that's what he can do when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 14 yards that time and a first down on the keeper. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Mariota's throw taken in by London. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. 10-6 the score after one right here on EA Sports. Second quarter now, Falcon football, as they've got it with second down and less than a yard. Give to Patterson, running to the right. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A 5-yard gain there makes it first and goal.
That solid gainer will put them on the doorstep of the end zone. More importantly, it gives them a fresh set of downs. Nice work right there.
To throw is Mariota. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's third and goal. Now Mariota. This to Pitts, and he's got him. Touchdown, Atlanta. Kyle Pitts, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. And now here come the Ravens. They've been settling quite a bit. They've been able to move the football some, but they've just been settling. That's one of the reasons they're down on the scoreboard.
I love that word you picked, settling, because nowadays in this NFL, you're thinking touchdown almost every drive because everything's so high power. Yeah, you'll take the field goal, but you always feel like you're leaving points out there when you don't put it in the end zone.
They'll be trying to put it in the end zone here on this drive. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
They go play action now. Jackson. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. Again, Jackson. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 27-yard line. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first. Now Jackson on first down. And he'll go right back to Andrews. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big targeted tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
But when you go from 2nd to 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense. Jackson looking to throw on third. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he will have a Ravens first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
And sometimes when you run a screen pass down in the red zone, it's really tough to create a lot of room to operate. The field's pretty condensed. But that was really well designed there, and they're able to pick up a first down.
To throw is Jackson. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. And the Ravens are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
And they'll try the option on first and goal. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
On second down, it's Edwards. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And now can they reverse the trend on third and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? Here's Jackson. That's caught at the 1. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Nick Boyle from 6 yards away. And the Ravens have got it back to within a score. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that'll make it 17-13. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Atlanta regains possession of the football. They have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
The drive will start with an option going left. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
On second and a couple, Mariota flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
And they'll run the option on third and short yardage. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So not his arm, but hurting him with his legs. A gain of 19 on the keeper and a first down. It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively, because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball. But the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Throwing, Mariota. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try and pass downfield that fell incomplete.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2, because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Mariota from the gun on third down. He's got his man, London, right side. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. That'll be 4th and inches.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
They had remaining on 4th down, but they ran it. They got it.
And the reason they were able to get it done, he ran that play with conviction, didn't he? Understood he would get a little bit of help from his friends up front, but it was really on him to go ahead and make the power move and get it done, and that he did.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Mariota now. Got a man. It's Patterson complete. And he is not going to go. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mariota escaping the pressure right. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
On 3rd down, Mariota. Mariota so nimble, sliding to the ground with a 1st down. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
First and 10, it's Patterson. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mariota. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And the Ravens are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the 1st half. To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson got his man there. It's Wallace complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on 3rd. Now it's Jackson. He's got his man. That's Wallace. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Meanwhile, Jackson's throw complete there to Bateman. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this 1st half of action. Jackson on 1st down. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. So we are at halftime here on Christmas Eve, as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. Some great games coming up on Sunday, highlighted by a 1 o'clock matchup in Miami. A good test for the Dolphins as they'll take on the always tough Green Bay Packers. Excellent games in the late afternoon window as well. One being out in Los Angeles, where it'll be the Rams taking on the Denver Broncos. And then finally, time to unwind on Monday night. It'll be the Chargers and Colts from Indianapolis at 8:15 Eastern Time sharp. Next, a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Falcons. And it's been the running game that's pushed them to this lead at halftime. Over 100 yards as a team in those first two quarters. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break. Both teams going back through their game plans, making their final halftime adjustments. And for the call of the second half, we go back up to Baltimore and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. The Falcons ready to go back to work to start the third quarter. Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead. Now a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them, too.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Mariota. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Edwards. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and makes sure he spills it for a small gain.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Mariota. And that'll be incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now Mariota. Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The end result, 21 yards.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 34. Back to the ground now. Patterson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
For the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
From the gun, Mariota. Throw left side, there's London. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 19. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Patterson running between the tackles. They'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
From the 16, Mariota. Flush to his right. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
From the shotgun, it's Mariota. Steps away to his left. And probably the wise decision there. No one open, he just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. Koo knocks this one through the post, and that'll make this a 7-point game. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the 2nd half. Now, their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the 2nd half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
A running play on 1st down will get 4 up to the 29.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operated.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the 1st level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
The throw here to Andrews, the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. His number again, it's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a 1st down.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Here's Jackson to throw. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. On third down, Jackson. On the sideline, did he keep his feet in bounds? They say yes. Great job, both feet in, first down. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed, his elusiveness, and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
They'll go option to the short side. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. Well, when you've got a quarterback like this dead to rights, you got to make sure to wrap up. Instead, though, he breaks free, and off he goes. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6.
And defensively, you're going to have some guys with hands on hips looking to the heavens right now. You've got a fairly clean shot at the quarterback here, but he's able to worm his way out of that initial contact, and not only that, he's able to hot-foot it downfield for good yardage.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. The third down battle won by Atlanta's defense. Solid coverage.
Let's give this defense some credit now.
John Harbaugh never shy about bringing out the red challenge flag, and he'll do so here. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So that challenge not successful there, and that's going to cost him the first of his timeouts. Tucker's kick is good, and that'll bring him back within 4. So that one is his third of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Okay, can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
Mariota's throw taken in by Edwards. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Here's Mariota. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
These are running back numbers that he's accumulating right now. Received double-digit carries and has rewarded them by breaking the century mark in rush.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mariota got Edwards now on the slant. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 34-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 34. To throw, Mariota. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
And this is a rarity in the NFL, a 100-yard game on the ground for a quarterback. Even as those passers get more athletic and mobile, we only see about 5 of these a season. It takes a special set of circumstances for it to happen, and of course, a special player.
From the 29, Mariota. That'll be taken in by, and the ball is knocked out, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the second half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 13. They'll start out here with the option left. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Considering they've seen him have some big gains against them throughout this game, that's got to feel like a measure of revenge as they trap him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. Throwing is Jackson. Open man downfield. It's Ross. He's got him. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. They'll go option to the short side. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 32-yard line.
It's up.
One quarter remains here in Week 16. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th. On 2nd and 12, Jackson. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That was well played, but that's also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
Jackson. And he'll just get rid of it.
We're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the 1st row.
The Ravens send their punter out now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. This returnable for Bird. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it will be Falcon football. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
And try to atone for it here on this drive. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. To throw is Mariota. And that is incomplete.
Martin, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the first.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. When you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, it'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the fourth. Mariota now from the 50. Zacchaeus here hauling it in. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the fourth, a costly turnover. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense, and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll try and run for the first with Edwards. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
That was well played there defensively. Two tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Hey, middle. Hey, you at 13.
Here we go. It's Jackson on fourth down. It's caught at the 10. Touchdown. Rashad Bateman. 44 yards. And the Ravens have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the fourth quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. Tucker with the extra point, and that gives him a 3-point lead. Just a 4-play drive that time. And It's Rashad Bateman who finished it all off with a touchdown.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Atlanta now coming out on the field.
And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. Beginning on the ground with Patterson.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball.
It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown.
This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room where they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback.
Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here.
And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. First and 10 now for the Falcons, and Mariota
at their own 25-yard line. Throwing, Mariota.
And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now Mariota. Another completion right back to Patterson. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mariota. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And he'll wind up getting this to the 32. A play that started at the 16, and that's how many yards they get. First down. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Mariota now. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when he decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
Got a man. It's Patterson complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football.
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. Mariota to throw it. Being chased out left. Mariota had an 87-yard run as a rookie. This one a bit less, but it is a first down.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain. So when he saw the speed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a first down.
They'll run with Patterson. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Cordero Patterson, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long, because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense, because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
Duvernay now going to bring it out. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially. So the Baltimore Raven offense returns, and we see wide receiver Rashad Bateman bringing him out.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down.
Room here to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. And the Falcons going to use another timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter.
Dobbins running out of the gun. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Now Jackson.
Throw left side complete. That's Andrews. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And they will take a knee here. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down.
Jackson going to run again.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational. And that knee will do it. So they snap the losing streak. Always a good feeling.
Yeah, I don't know if this one right here, when they're taking a knee, is as much exultation as exhalation, right? They just breathe a sigh of relief. Finally got a win. Needed one desperately.
That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the 4th quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.
So for the Ravens,
their hopes of a winning campaign stay alive as they move to 7-8 now on the year.
and they'll get to stay home again next week as the Pittsburgh Steelers come to town. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, their playoff hopes take a big hit as they fall to 8-7. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Arizona Cardinals.